Oh, hello there. Yes, well, as the sun slowly rises, we see a new political landscape today. Um, yeah, if you're just waking up, it was a bit of a roller coaster night. The headline figure, obviously, the Labour Party have won, disguises quite a lot of interesting nuggets that are there, and I'll just zip you through them very quickly, if you like. The night started with the news of Rishi Sunak giving various people peerages, including our glorious friend Chris Grayling. There's nothing quite like a Tory falling upwards. 10 o'clock saw the exit poll, which perhaps as expected, one might say, predicted a stonking Labour majority. But put the Tories on 130, which perhaps was more than a lot of people were thinking. Gave Reform 13 and a handful of others, which might become important a bit later on. The first results in the inevitable Labour seats, where people run around with boxes to get them counted first, did show the usual expected Labour holds, but they gave a lot of votes to Reform, which gave various commentators a lot to think about. Overall, as the results came in, it became apparent, though, that an awful lot of people hadn't voted. This is quite a low turnout since the sort of 2017, 2019 results. So a lot of people have decided to sit this one out on their hands in particular. So whilst obviously the headline news is the number of MPs that Labour will have got, and others, come on to those in just a second, undoubtedly dissatisfaction with politics is rife, which points to a certain direction in the future. Reform's first call at, 219 was Lee Anderson, perhaps as expected. George Galway lost his seat, which was odd, if you like, initially. First thing, he has a habit of doing that, but it was odd about what comes later. Corbyn, after some ups and downs, held on to his seat, making an interesting independent in Parliament. As expected, Farage romped home in Clacton. And just a little bit after 4, we got the news of the second Green MP in Bristol Central, which I was very pleased about, unseating the local transphobe. There was some interesting stuff that started to come through, though, in sort of post 4 o'clock. First of all, there was 3 people, all told, have usurped Labour MPs for their pro-Israel, if I can put it that way, stance in particular, and Ashworth. And so, just to bring us to where we stand now a little bit, it's 5:15 in the morning now. Well, we have 4 Reform MPs, Tice, Anderson, Farage, and another. They will have done brilliantly for them, because it gives them this presence in Parliament. It will be intriguing to see exactly what happens with those people, because I don't think they're going to be the most diligent of local MPs, but they can use that very much as a media platform for altering the Conservative Party. Some very big names have gone, others have kept their seats. So we've lost Mordaunt, Shapps, Keegan and Rees-Mogg, who went just a little bit after 5. We'll see who else is left. Haven't heard yet about Braverman and Badenoch. We'll see if they retain their seats, as indeed Liz Truss. A lot of those are looking on a knife edge. Big news that there are now 3 independent pro-Palestine MPs, or there will be, in Parliament. And of course that will give the right-wing press that enormous ability to jump up and down about people voting according to their religion. Not as people are voting, of course, according to their particular desire not to see a genocide. So we are left with Braverman did keep her seat. And oddly, Holden, who was the Conservative Party chairman, who had to go down south to try and retain his seat, managed to get scraped through with only 20 votes. Anyway, there are still going to be quite a lot of results to come. A little bit after about 5:10, the Labour Party reached their 326 milestone, so it definitely will be, as expected, the government. But it remains to be seen exactly where, as I keep been saying for the last few days, where the dust is going to settle. In particular, will Sunak resign? He may well. He held his seat with a really reasonably comfortable majority, but it'll be interesting to see. He's going to make an announcement today at about 10, exactly what that's going to be, no doubt graciously informing the king, etc. So we will see. But very much an interesting night in terms of low turnout, but at the same time very obviously high tactical voting from a lot of people. Anyway, if you missed it, well, you missed it. It's pretty sensible. I must admit I flaked out for about half an hour after about 2:30 this morning. But anyway, do have a lovely rest of the day. A new political dawn dawns.